Are we going to get started? Is this live?
John, you're live.
Oh, welcome to the first virtual Business and Leadership Awards event presented once again this year by the Port of Vancouver, USA. My name's John McDonough, President and CEO of the Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce, and we are thrilled to host you this evening while celebrating the Chamber's 130th anniversary. To everyone out there watching us virtually from the comfort of your own living room, makeshift office, or backyard, thank you. Your support during this time has kept the Chamber moving at a fast pace, proud to continue providing resources for our local businesses around the region. This year has been unique, to say the least. Although different for all of us, we have seen businesses rise from their lowest points, able to salvage the business spirit that is thriving throughout Southwest Washington. Today, join us as we celebrate the successes made by local trailblazers and growing businesses while thanking those who have served us on the front lines tirelessly to serve our loved ones and neighbors. This event would not be possible without the support of our members and community partners. Thank you to presenting sponsor, Port of Vancouver, USA, supporting sponsor and Community Champion Award sponsor, Peace Health. Thank you to our supporting sponsors, Airfield Estates and Dr. Alan Gabriel, our media sponsor, The Columbian, our virtual venue sponsor, A&A. The Startup to Watch Award is sponsored by Riverview Community Bank. The Statesperson of the Year, sponsored by Pacific Source. Our Community Champion of the Year is sponsored by McKinsey. Small Business of the Year Award is presented by Happel Community Credit Union, and the Large Business of the Year Award is sponsored by Perkins & Company. We are so honored this evening to have as our MC none other than Dr. Stephen Webb, Superintendent for Vancouver Public Schools. In addition to his very busy role as Superintendent, Dr. Webb is very active in the community through the Rotary Club of Vancouver and as a board member for the Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce. Please welcome Dr. Steve Webb. Thanks, Dr. Webb. I'll check back with you soon. I'm heading out to a business and leadership virtual watch party and to celebrate our 130th year as a chamber. Two great reasons to celebrate with one of our event sponsors, Riverview Community Bank.
John, thanks for that introduction. I'm honored to be invited to MC tonight. We'll be celebrating some of our community's outstanding business leaders and champions. As superintendent for Vancouver Public Schools for the past 12 years, our district has overseen tremendous changes in the way we deliver education to our students. None as extensive as the remote learning our students and faculty were forced into by the pandemic, and which continues this fall. One of the bright spots in ensuring we graduate students with 21st century skills are the partnerships with our business community, especially the Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce. This past school year, the Chamber championed bringing the National Lemonade Day program to Southwest Washington. When the pandemic made it impossible to bring Lemonade Day Greater Vancouver to the classrooms, the Chamber pivoted, just like many of you had to with your businesses, and made the program available digitally. Changes made by National Lemonade Day will make it even easier for teachers to bring it into the classroom, supporting our STEM initiatives. This program and others active in our districts and other districts across the country show just how interconnected and supportive business is of education and in building the business leaders of tomorrow. As my first official MC duty, it is now my distinct honor to introduce fellow GVCC board member and CEO of the Port of Vancouver, Juliana Marler, who is here on behalf of our presenting sponsor, the Port of Vancouver.
Good evening. I'm Juliana Marler, CEO for the Port of Vancouver, USA, and Vice Chair of the Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. On behalf of the Port of Vancouver, we would like to thank you for attending tonight's virtual event. We would also like to congratulate the Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce for 130 years of outstanding leadership and service to our community. Although we can't be together tonight in person, we thank the Chamber for finding a creative way to move forward, celebrating the individuals and large and small businesses that make our community strong. Through this pandemic, we have seen tremendous resiliency by our community, the Chamber, and its members. Thank you for all that you have done to support local businesses and for keeping our economy moving during these challenging times. We will long remember the 2020 Annual Awards event and look forward to seeing all of you in person next year.
For more than a century, through prosperous and challenging times, the Port of Vancouver has been a stable and reliable economic engine for Vancouver and Southwest Washington. When Washington State's COVID-19 stay-at-home orders were announced spring 2020, the port was prepared with advanced planning that kept our doors open and cargo moving across our docks. Our marine and terminal operations continue to run smoothly due to the hardworking men and women who keep the trucks rolling, the trains moving, and ships loading and unloading. The port weathers economic uncertainty by focusing on a diverse range of cargo. From grain to Subarus, wind to steel, a mix of cargo spells economic stability. Similarly, the port's 50 industrial tenants represent a broad cross-section of businesses. From malt for craft beer, to fruit processing, to manufacturing, a variety of businesses call the Port of Vancouver home. This diversity of cargo and tenants is the result of years, often decades, of building solid relationships and developing a deep understanding of our customers and their businesses. It's in times like these that our community can depend on the nearly 4,000 people employed by the port and our tenants, who help keep our local economic engine humming. As Clark County, our nation, and the world strive to recover and get back on track, the Port of Vancouver will continue our mission to keep supply chains moving and people working. We're certain that together, we can weather the roughest of seas to arrive at a brighter tomorrow.
Thank you, Juliana. It's been a pleasure working alongside you on the Chamber's Board of Directors these past couple of years. Thank you and to the Port of Vancouver for supporting the Chamber. So, you may be wondering where we are right now. Welcome to A. Located on a 156-acre site in Ridgefield. A, developed by the Cowlitz Tribe and Salishan Mohegan, a partnership that includes Mohegan Gaming and Entertainment, is the West Coast premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. With nearly 400,000 total square feet, A includes a large-scale gaming space with nearly 3,000 slots and 75 gaming tables, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets, and a 2,500-seat meeting and entertainment center hosting internationally recognized performances. As Washington State's phasing guidelines are released over the course of the next few months, A will continue to book your events into 2021. This year, we had planned to host our Business and Leadership Awards over dinner in the Cowlitz Ballroom at A. But as the pandemic dictated, we do things differently. Our virtual event space provided by A still gives us a glimpse of where our event will be in 2021. We are thrilled to announce that next year, as long as we all mask up and socially distance now, the Chamber's Business and Leadership Awards will indeed take place at A. As we get excited for next year's event, here's a glimpse of the Ridgefield destination. Now, without further ado, let's begin the award ceremony. First, with the John S. McKibben Leadership Legacy Award.
Hello, my name is James O'Neill. On behalf of the McKibben family, I'm honored to share the inspiration and purpose for the John S. McKibben Legacy Award. The Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce leads the way towards long-term business prosperity. Business members are the backbone of the chamber. A successful business community participates in the larger community, ensuring the business perspective is at the forefront of any community conversation. Collaboration builds a stronger organization and a stronger community. Over the course of John McKibben's professional life, he rose to leadership roles in elected office, business, and in a nonprofit community. This award recognizes an individual each year who demonstrates a positive influence across many sectors of our community. John McKibben was driven to bring out the beauty of Vancouver and influence the necessary progress needed for generations to come. It's my personal opinion that John McKibben was a model of brilliance. His vision was to connect with each generation in order to continue the positive growth for not only businesses, but our family and our friends. In 1991, John McKibben was a founding board member and former board president for the Evergreen Habitat for Humanity. He continued his vision in 1993 as a founding member of Identity Clark County and Leadership Clark County. He became the CEO of Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce in 2003 and served in that position for 3 years. It was almost like John could predict the future and had a vision to align himself with the essential organizations that would have a strong influence and impact on the economic development in Vancouver. John was known for his high integrity. He could also be both diplomatic and at the same time aggressive in moving issues forward. John did what leaders do best by recruiting and surrounding himself with men and women that also recognized our community was a tool waiting patiently for the right hands to pick it up and use. John McKibben was driven to bring out the beauty of Clark County and influence the necessary progress needed for generations to come. So much of his free time was spent keeping the younger generation and business leaders engaged so Vancouver would keep advancing. He had the ability to identify talented businessmen and women and inspire them to use their flair to magnify and strengthen the business foundation in Vancouver. John once said, "You're there, you're capable, and you don't want to say no." I know many, many people in the community who do exactly the same thing. They carry on full-time jobs, yet they get in and do as much as they can. John was also quoted saying, "If I don't feel overcommitted, then I'm not doing enough." It is fitting that the significance behind the John S. McKibben Award is to recognize personal achievements that impact the business community. John loved everyone's individual's passion and effort to influence the necessary progress for generations to come. This is just a brief look into how impactful John was in our community. But our community has three other individuals that make up 3/4 of this award. How does a man like John accomplish so much? Well, his loving, supportive, beautiful, intelligent, and accomplished wife, Nancy, and 2 daughters, Jennifer and Megan. These 3 ladies were John's rock. When John needed love, encouragement, or just a hug, they were there. The strength and love within the McKibben family is one of a kind. And as John flies over looking down on these ladies, he looks down with pride. These women now carry out John's vision within the community they live, and that's what John wanted from all of us, continuing John McKibben's legacy.
Please help me welcome award sponsor, Riverview Community Bank. Here's Kim Capilotto, Chief Banking Officer of Riverview.
Thanks, Dr. Webb. At Riverview, we're proud to be an active member of the communities we serve. For 97 years, we've been helping Clark County families buy their homes, cars, and pay for their education. We've assisted thousands of local small businesses expand and create new jobs in our communities. We also support over 100 nonprofits that are dedicated to improving the quality of life for all of us. Some may say that's smart business. We think it's the right thing to do, and we think we do it pretty well. But we couldn't do it without the support of our clients who've chosen to invest in our communities by keeping their money local, and we thank them for their support. The finalists are Paul Christensen, president of RealVest Corporation, nominated for his decades-long commitment to Vancouver, the performing arts in Clark County, and the continual support of the families and programs at Haug Elementary School, his alma mater. Stacy Graham, executive director of the Southwest Washington Humane Society, nominated for her breadth of experience as a business owner, executive with local and regional banks, and active commitment with local to live. Barb West, executive director of the Washington Accountable Communities of Health, nominated for her long-standing and numerous roles in assuring the health and welfare of especially our most marginalized citizens. And the 2020 recipient of the John S. McKibben Leadership Legacy Award is Paul Christensen. Congratulations, Paul. Paul not only still serves as RealVest Corporation's president, he currently serves on the boards of Identity Clark County, Fort Vancouver National Trust, and the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra. He's the founder and past chairman of the Haug Foundation, established in 1992 to support the Haug Elementary School and neighborhood. As a result of his vision and community leadership, Mr. Christensen was selected as Vancouver's 1998 First Citizen. Today he is recognized once again for his guidance as the 2020 John S. McKibben Leadership Legacy Award recipient. Thank you, Paul. We'll be hearing more about Paul in the acceptance video to follow in the coming weeks, so stay tuned.
Next is the Statesperson of the Year Award, sponsored by Pacific Source. To present this award, please let me introduce Kevin Cochran, Regional Sales Director at Pacific Source.
Thank you, Dr. Webb. Pacific Source is an 87-year-old, independent, not-for-profit community health plan that values partnership, community, and personal relationships. We currently serve the individual, Medicare, small, and large group markets in Clark County. Sponsoring this award is important to us because we all play a role in our community and welcome each opportunity to work arm in arm with our elected officials to ensure a vibrant and healthy community. The finalists are Jane Van Dyke, Clark Public Utilities Commissioner. Nominated for her public service, both as a steward of natural resources and a measured voice on energy policy. Ron Onslow, City Councilor for the City of Ridgefield, nominated for a lifetime of commitment to our youth through coaching numerous sports and choosing public service in his retirement years as a councilor and mayor for the City of Ridgefield. Linda Wilson, Senator for the 17th Legislative District, nominated for her continual support in the legislature for small businesses and her compassion for the victims of domestic violence, culminating in the Tiffany Hill Act becoming law at the last session. And the 2020 recipient of the Statesperson of the Year Award is Linda Wilson. Congratulations, Senator Wilson, and thank you for your hard work over the past year. We know this pandemic has posed different challenges for all of us, so thank you for your dedication to our state, especially during these past few months. We look forward to hearing more very soon.
All right. Next, we've got, wait. It seems like I'm receiving a video call from John McDonough. Let's see.
Hey there, Steve. I'm here with the Riverview Community Bank team at the virtual watch party. Say hello to Steve, everyone.
Hey.
Really, dudes, I'm happy to see you're all enjoying your socially distanced watch parties, but I got a live stream event to get back to. Talk to you later. Sorry about that interruption. When the CEO calls, getting back into the swing of things, let's begin with our next award, the 2020 Community Champion Award, sponsored by Peace Health. And to introduce our finalists and winner, please welcome Peace Health's Sean Gregory, Chief Executive of Columbia Network.
Thanks, Dr. Webb. Good evening. I am Sean Gregory with Peace Health. Peace Health is the largest and most comprehensive provider of healthcare services here in Southwest Washington. In fact, we have been serving our community for over 160 years. I want to share a thank you to each of my colleagues that have courageously served throughout the pandemic. On behalf of my colleagues, I also want to thank the many community members, many of you are on this tonight, that have inspired us with their support. For example, we have received over 20,000 meals at the hospital from people throughout the community. Your generosity during this time has been incredibly inspiring. Thank you. Peace Health is proud to present the Community Champions Award. Donna Cantonwine demonstrated her community champion skill set while at the helm of the Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce. Her can-do attitude set an example for the rest of us for making sure surrounding business priorities are accomplished. Honoring that unique style, we single out a community member, company, or individual that is not only active, contributing in the community, but also acting as a role model like only a champion can do. And the finalists are Columbia Bank, nominated for their intentional focus on the not-for-profit sector. Wellhaven Pet Health, nominated for the services they continue to provide throughout the pandemic, as well as the support they lent to fellow chamber member Sweet Spot Skirts when ordering masks to help local facilities in need. Thank you very much. Northwest Association for Blind Athletes, nominated for their efforts in providing life-changing opportunities through sport and physical activity for more than 3,000 children, youth, and adults who are blind or visually impaired across Southwest Washington since 2007. And the 2020 recipient of the Community Champion Award is Wellhaven Pet Health. Congratulations, Wellhaven Pet Health, to John Bork and the incredible team of veterinarians and animal lovers at each of your locations. Thank you for all of the work that you have done to keep our loved ones healthy. Your recent work connecting with Sweet Spot Skirts to supply PPE materials to local frontline health workers, including ours, is a powerful gesture on behalf of our community, our business community. We'll be catching up with Wellhaven later on next week, so stay tuned.
Let's continue, shall we? Next, we have the 2020 Startup to Watch Award, sponsored by McKinsey. To present this award is Alexis Bauer, McKinsey's Assistant Department Head.
Good evening. I'm Alexis Bauer, Associate Principal at McKinsey, an integrated design firm celebrating our 60th anniversary this year. Throughout the firm's legacy, our services have evolved, but it all began with Tom McKinsey, who in 1960 started with $2,000 and a hope that people would find his engineering consultancy in the phone book. Today, we're more than 200 employees in 3 offices with 8 distinct business units, design-driven and client-focused. Southwest Washington has seen a host of new businesses these last few years, businesses started by enterprising, enthusiastic, and passionate business people. We're excited to present the Startup to Watch because McKinsey comes from the same entrepreneurial spirit. This award looks to businesses that are up to their first 5 years and recognizes one that is emblematic of tenacity, vision, and strong business practices. The finalists are Kilobytes, nominated for their work in North County area, providing an environment for high schoolers to learn about running a business. Elements, nominated for their support of fellow local businesses, as well as their advocacy role on behalf of the hospitality industry. Dr. Alan Gabriel, nominated for shifting his practice and volunteering his surgical expertise in emergency rooms around the region where he was needed most. And the 2020 recipient of the Startup to Watch Award is Alan Gabriel, MD. Congratulations to Dr. Alan Gabriel and the entire practice. Jumping to action, Dr. Alan Gabriel acted as a volunteer professional and lent his time and medical expertise to help overloaded ICUs across the country during this pandemic, helping with urgent surgeries. During this time, he encouraged his fellow colleagues to lend their skills to similar cases as the community was in dire need of their support. The co-founder of Alan Gabriel, MD, and Pink Lemonade Project has now expanded his practice to continue to serve the community, going above and beyond what the healthcare system can offer. We'll be catching up with Dr. Gabriel and team later next week. Stay tuned.
On to our next award. Oh, what's that? John again? Let's see what he's up to.
Hey, I'm glad I made it in time. Traffic really wasn't an issue at all, luckily. So we here at Riverview are happy to be part of this year's Business and Leadership Awards live stream, and we look forward to watching the rest of the show. Thanks, John, for popping in.
You bet, Kim. How about you and the Riverview team help me toast all of the nominees tonight in the Business and Leadership Awards? What an incredible lineup of community leaders. And let's salute the Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce for 130 years of serving the business community in Southwest Washington.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, John. I'm proud to be here supporting the Chamber's growth in Southwest Washington. The Chamber's impact on the business community has been immeasurable over the years. So thank you for the work you, your current team, the board, and all past partners of the organization have done to get us to this point. Typically, the Chamber's annual Business and Leadership Awards event featured an in-person dessert dash to raise money for their small business grant program in November. Last year, with the support of community donors, the Chamber raised over $10,000 to distribute to 3 valued small businesses in the region. Especially during this time, we must support our local businesses in every way we can. The Chamber has created a dedicated donation page for anyone to raise funds for the Small Business Grant Program. Learn more about this program, previous winners, and how to donate at vancouverusa.com/smallbiz. We asked some previous grant recipients about what they valued about their small business grant program experience. Here's what they said.
Hi guys, it's Leah from Kazoodles. I'm here to talk about being the winner of the small business hashtag contest last November and what that's meant for our business. For us, it's been a big transition year, not just 2020, but Mary retired at the end of the year and I purchased Kazoodles. And that has been one heck of a learning curve. It was a really nice and fitting cap for Mary to end her career, and it was a really hopeful and fantastic way for me to launch into this new role as store owner. It's been a go. It's true for all of us. This has been a thing. The learning curve is incredibly high, but to have started with that positive was a really good and warm thing for us. As far as the use of the grant money, I had really big plans. We were going to do fun things, but what I really ended up doing was a very practical thing in integrating our point of sale system with our online website, which is what we're all doing, right? Everybody's trying to figure out how to get that done. So that is what the grant money has meant to us. That's what the Chamber means to us. It's hope, it's connection, it's community. In a weird, strange way, it's family, right? Anyway, so I look forward to seeing you all at the new virtual meetings, and again in person soon.
We're almost finished announcing the winners of the awards. Thank you for staying with us. We're thrilled to host you all virtually. Now is 2020 Small Business of the Year Award. Please help me welcome award sponsor Alaire Rice, Financial Center Manager at HAPO Community Credit Union.
Thanks, Dr. Webb. We're often asked what HAPO stands for. HAPO is an acronym for Hanford Atomic Products Operations. HAPO was formed by a group of non-exempt workers at the Hanford nuclear site in 1953 to provide a place to save and borrow money. Today, HAPO continues to prosper and provide financial services to our 170,000 members within Washington State, Umatilla, Murrow, Clackamas, Clatsop, Columbia, Gilliam, Hood River, Multnomah, Sherman, Wasco, and Washington counties in the state of Oregon. We strive to promote credit union relevance and ultimately deliver the best value for our membership. If you're not already a HAPO member, we invite you to be part of our why. At HAPO, we are always looking for ways to innovate and to move our businesses and community forward. Our primary focus is to offer products and services that provide value to all our members through all life stages, banking solutions that are easy and convenient. More importantly, though, is the why behind what we do. To help empower our members to live free, free to enjoy life without financial stress, free to live for today while planning for tomorrow. Moving business forward has been the motto of the Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce for some time. It's fitting then for us to recognize individual businesses that are in fact moving forward, to celebrate the achievements of a business that is growing quickly in our community while still maintaining a team of fewer than 25 employees. We recognize them with the Small Business of the Year Award. The finalists are Wager Audio, nominated for their work with nonprofits to bring high-quality audio-visual to all types of events. Northwest Personal Training, nominated for leading teams through changing times, adapting programs to fit the need for virtual programs and resources. Peninsula Glass, nominated for the employee support during the pandemic and a positive work culture, focusing on safety and communication. And the 2020 recipient of the Small Business of the Year Award is Peninsula Glass. To everyone at Peninsula Glass, congratulations. Here's to keeping the positivity going into 2021. Your work on the Chamber's Retro Manufacturing Advisory Board has assisted many manufacturers in creating a safe and efficient workplace, as well as offering opportunities to earn refunds on workers' compensation premiums. Next week, we'll be hearing from the Peninsula Glass team to see how they celebrated. We're looking forward to it.
And last but not least, the Chamber's Large Business of the Year Award, sponsored by Perkins & Company. To present this award, please welcome Paris Powell, CPA and shareholder at Perkins & Company.
We at Perkins & Company are so excited to present the award for Large Business of the Year. Perkins & Company was founded in 1986 and has grown to be the largest locally owned accounting and advisory firm in the Portland-Vancouver metro area. In addition to our traditional assurance and tax services, our entrepreneurial spirit spurred the establishment of practices in business valuation and litigation support, business transition services, and a fully fledged bookkeeping practice. We continue to expand our presence in the growing and thriving business community in Southwest Washington, and we're thrilled with the reception of our Vancouver office, established in 2014, has received. We strive to be a little different than the average accounting firm and have done that by attracting staff who have an entrepreneurial spirit, people who want to get involved and are passionate about helping others grow their businesses and their bottom lines. As we near the midpoint of our 4th decade, we pride ourselves in being a local firm committed to the development of the community and walk the talk by sponsoring over 100 community nonprofits and professional organizations each year. The Large Business of the Year Award is given to an organization growing in market share, growing in sales, creating more jobs for our community, and giving back in a way that helps make our community thrive. We will recognize a business with over 25 employees that has made positive changes in Southwest Washington within the past year. The finalists are A, nominated for their charitable contributions to charitable causes in the region, contributions to infrastructure upgrades in the area, as well as providing 1,500 jobs throughout the gaming facilities, restaurants, retailers, event venues, and shops. Beacock Music, nominated for their dedication to support local establishments and vendors, as well as their ability to offer a safe environment for employees during the pandemic. Vancouver Mall, nominated for their continuous support of their businesses through closures and reopening, as well as the space they provided in the parking lot, giving homeless safe shelter. And the 2020 recipient of the Large Business Award is A. To Kara Fox LaRose and the entire team at A&A, congratulations! Your philanthropy and community-centric efforts since 2017 have not gone unnoticed. In addition to the donations, A&A's success has fostered substantial investments in critical services for tribal members, including the areas of health and human services, elder programs, public safety, education, job training, development, and culture. We look forward to hearing more in the coming week.
Wow, what a lineup. Congratulations to every one of our honorees today and to our finalists. Thank you for your contributions to the community. Don't forget to tune in next week for the awards wrap-up video featuring all the award recipients. Learn about each business and what they're doing to celebrate. Thank you again to each of our award sponsors this evening, along with your kind words. The Chamber's annual Business and Leadership Awards event would not be complete without the board installation ceremony for the upcoming year. Over this past year, Board Chair Kevin Getch has guided the Chamber Board of Directors to a next-level approach, from working tirelessly to supporting the evolving efforts and programs of the Chamber, to working alongside the team and reimagining the Chamber's perception among the business community. His work has not gone unnoticed. At this time, it's my honor to give Kevin Getch, founder and CEO of Web4 and outgoing board chair of the Chamber, to offer us a few words of reflection.
It has been my honor and privilege to serve as the board chair for the Chamber this last year. I'm especially grateful for all of you, our members, local leaders, businesses, and organizations that had the vision and fortitude to see the possibility of a positive future amidst a global pandemic. You showed that leaders aren't made in easy times, but are forged when times are tough. You innovated and came up with new ways to serve our customers and this community. When you got knocked down, you got back up, and got back up, and got back up. Even though the hits kept coming, you stood back up. And when social injustice happened, you stood up again and you said no more. I'm so grateful to be a part of this amazing community and to see how we have come together to help one another during these challenging times. It's been inspiring to see the Chamber Board and especially the Chamber staff through all of this and how they worked so hard, knowing businesses needed their support now more than ever. So they pushed and innovated, creating better ways to serve. When I look back on some of the most challenging times in my life, I realize how they were also impactful in a positive way. I want to share a personal story with you. When my daughter was 4 years old, I was taking care of her as a single father and also trying to run a business. We were about 3 weeks away from Christmas and I wasn't going to be able to buy presents for my daughter, let alone make the mortgage payment. I really felt like a bad father, a bad provider. And when I looked into our cupboards to see what I could make for dinner, there was a single box of macaroni and cheese. I broke down crying. After wiping the tears from my face, I called to my daughter. You know, you're supposed to give kids choices, so I said, "Do you want macaroni and cheese for dinner or just macaroni?" To my surprise, she said, "Just macaroni." While it might seem silly, in that moment, I found so much meaning in her response. It wasn't about the cheese. She didn't care about the money and all this other stuff. She just loved spending time with her father. Over the next few weeks, I pushed and innovated. I rented out my house and moved in with a friend. When I got in a better position, I was able to buy another house and then bought another. Looking back, had it not been for the initial challenge that I faced, I probably would have never rented out my house in the first place. As leaders and business owners, you carry a lot of weight. That can result in carrying additional stress. I want to give you one of the greatest gifts I ever received, and that's the realization that if you can find value in past challenges, then it goes without saying that the challenges you're faced with in the future will carry something good as well. When the next problem arises, instead of stressing about what you might lose, you can get excited about what amazing things will come from this challenge. Not only will you have less stress, but you'll be in a much better state to face any challenges that come your way. Each of us has an opportunity right now and the responsibility to turn the pain of these recent events into a transformational experience for ourselves, our businesses, our families, and this community. While it can be hard to see in the midst of the struggle, my hope is that each one of you look back at this challenging moment in our lives and realized it helped you to do something different, something that maybe you haven't done before, maybe helped you grow into be a better person or helped you better understand others, better serve others, and maybe be more grateful for the things you used to take for granted. Speaking of being grateful, the Chamber, our board, and I are blessed to be welcoming back Tamara Fuller as our new board chair. Before I step down from my position as chairman of the board, I'd like to thank the Chamber staff for welcoming me into this position with open arms. It's been a pleasure working with you all, and I look forward to working alongside you in our new location on Main Street come 2021. It's my pleasure to pass the gavel and introduce you all to the Chamber's 2020-2021 Chair of the Board, Tamara Fuller. Tamara is currently one of the longest standing members of the board and has been instrumental in the process of finding the Chamber a new home this year prior to her upcoming positions. Congratulations, Tamara. It is my pleasure to pass the gavel to you.
Thank you, Kevin. You've been a rock star and a hard act to follow. It is my honor and privilege to be in front of all of you today as your new chair of the 2021 Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. Thank you all for joining us on this hopefully first and only virtual Business and Leadership Awards event. I've been serving our local Chamber of Commerce for many years. I knew when I relocated here from Central Oregon to Vancouver in 2001 that I needed to be involved in Vancouver's Chamber. My first engagement was attending a Chamber business after hours and immediately was dialed into our very, very impressive, healthy, and prosperous businesses, which I've been proud to be part of ever since. Having served 3 full terms ending in 2016 and now the second year of my 4th term, I'm constantly seeing and learning the value of being a Chamber member for my business. A Chamber is the best type of organization for a business to be a member, assuring that you are dialed in as much as you need to understand the business environments of your local community, region, and state. Our Chamber stays on top of the issues our businesses need to be aware of, allowing us to do what we do best, run our businesses. A year ago, starting as your chair-elect, I had great visions for what our 2020 was to bring. Of course, we all know what 2020 has brought us so far. The impacts to our local businesses vary from one extreme to the other, and though we are all in the same business community, together we are all having different experiences. Taking on the challenges of COVID, our staff, with support of our board, have rallied and are up to the challenges we still have in front of us. Our Chamber staff has been recognized by chambers nationwide as a leader in the industry and for being relevant to the times, continuing to provide critical value and services to our members. I am 100% confident, regardless of the challenges that lie ahead through 2021, that we will prevail. If you ever are in doubt where to get answers to help navigate your businesses, regardless the need, it is our goal at the Chamber of Commerce that we are your first contact for assistance. As we look forward to an exciting year ahead, I'd like to introduce to you 2020-21 Board of Directors for Chamber. But first, I'd like to take a moment to thank those who will not be returning. Leaving the board after 9 years of service and 2 board terms, Eric Sawyer of BBSI. Thank you, Eric, for your nearly decade-long commitment to the Chamber and guidance when you were a board chair. We look forward to seeing you virtually and eventually in person and at the Chamber's continuation of events. Resigning from the board this year is Carol Bua of the City of Vancouver. Though we're sad to see you go, Carol, we know you're relocating to the beautiful Puget Sound to be with your family, and we wish you all the best. Thank you for all your service. As a board, I will be working once again, and I'd like to take a moment for all those that I'm about to announce to either raise your hand or do a little chat. Let us know you're there. Vice Chair Juliana Marler of the Port of Vancouver, USA. Past Chair Kevin Getch of Web4. Treasurer Lisa Jakey of Perkins & Company. And our returning directors, Amy O'Hara of When the Shoe Fits, Ben Bagapur of SEH America, Nelson Holmberg with the Southwest Washington Contractors Association, Stephen Webb, our MC this year and Superintendent of Vancouver Public Schools, Kendra Larada of Inkability, Ben Hoskins of the You Move Me and 1-800-GOT-JUNK, sorry Ben, Jim West and Jim West Commercial Real Estate, Deborah Carnes of Peace Health Southwest Medical Center, Ed Duvall of Columbia Bank, Ginger Schmidt of Riverview Community Bank, Stacy Smith of ControlX Inc., Max Alt of WSUV, John Dombrowski of Chick-fil-A Cascade Park, and soon to be in another location yet to be revealed. Here in Vancouver, I will add. Joining the board next year, we welcome John Bork, CEO of the Wellhaven Pet Health. Thank you to everybody who joined us today and those who will sit alongside me this year in support of our chamber. We can't wait for the year ahead.
Thank you, Kevin. And thank you, Tamara, for your thoughts. We look forward to seeing you grow in this position, guiding new paths for the chamber far into 2021. And we're happy to hear about all the impacts you've already made thus far. As the ceremony comes to a close, I'd like to offer Janet Konevsky, Vice President of Membership and Operations at the Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce, the floor to finish the event. It's been my distinct pleasure to be your MC this evening. Thank you all.
Thank you to everyone who joined us here this evening, and to all of you live streamers on Facebook and YouTube. What an incredible year we have to look forward to, not only at the Chamber, but in our community. The way we came together, socially distanced of course, in 2020 gives us hope that we'll move forward even stronger. From virtual programs that connect our businesses, as well as our legislative advocacy at the county and state levels, to workforce development, including youth entrepreneurship programs, the Greater Vancouver Chamber of Commerce is here for our entire business community. Rely on us in 2021. We'll be here. Thank you for those joining us tonight, and be sure to keep an eye on your chamber social media to hear from our award winners in the coming weeks. Get home safe.